Education in Italy is compulsory from 6 to 16 years of age, and is divided into 5 stages: kindergarten, primary school, lower secondary school, upper secondary school and university. Italy has both public and private education systems. History. In Italy, a state school system or education system has existed since 1859, when the Legge Sata mandated educational responsibilities for the forthcoming Italian state. The Legge Sata Act made primary education compulsory, and had the goal of increasing literacy. This law gave control of primary education to the single towns, of secondary education to the provinces, and the universities were managed by the state. Even with the Legge Sata Act and compulsory education, in rural areas children often were not sent to school and the illiteracy rate took more than 50 years to halve. The next important law concerning the Italian education system was the Legge Gentile. This act was issued in 1923, thus when Benito Mussolini and his National Fascist Party were in power. In fact, Giovanni Gentile was appointed the task of creating an education system deemed fit for the fascist system. The compulsory age of education was raised to 14 years, and was somewhat based on a ladder system. After the first 5 years of primary education, one could choose the scuola media, which would give further access to the liceo and other secondary education, or the avviamento al lavoro, which was intended to give a quick entry into the low straits of the workforce. The reform enhanced the role of the Liceo Classico, created by the Legge Sata Act in 1859, and created the Technical, Commercial and Industrial Institutes and the Liceo Scientifico. The Liceo Classico was the only secondary school that gave access to all types of higher education until 1968. The influence of Gentile's idealism was great, and he considered the Catholic religion to be the fundament and crowning of education. In 1962 the avviamento al lavoro was abolished, and all children until 14 years had to follow a single program, encompassing primary education and middle school. From 1962 to the present day, the main structure of Italian primary education remained largely unchanged, even if some modifications were made. A narrowing of the gap between males and females, a change in the structure of secondary school and the creation of new licei, Istituti Tecnici, and Istituti Professionali, giving the student more choices in the paths. In 1999, in accordance with the guidelines laid down by the Bologna process, the Italian university system switched from the old system to the new system. The Nuovo Ordinamento split the former laurea into 2 tracks: the laurea triennale, followed by the 2-year laurea specialistica, the latter renamed laurea magistrale in 2007. A credit system was established to quantify the amount of work needed by each course and exam, as well as enhance the possibility to change course of studies and facilitate the transfer of credits for further studies or go-on exchange in another country. However, it is now established that there is just a 5-year degree, laurea magistrale ciclo unico, for programs such as law and a 6-year degree for medicine. Primary education. Scuola primaria, also known as scuola elementare, is commonly preceded by 3 years of non-compulsory nursery school. Scuola elementare lasts 5 years. Until middle school, the educational curriculum is the same for all pupils. Although one can attend a private or state-funded school, the subjects studied are in the same. The students are given a basic education in Italian, English, mathematics, natural sciences, history, geography, social studies, physical education and visual and musical arts. Until 2004, pupils had to pass an exam to access Scuola Secondaria di Primo Grado, comprising the composition of a short essay in Italian, a written math test, and an oral test on the other subjects. The exam has been discontinued and pupils can now enter Scuola Secondaria di Primo Grado directly. Secondary education. Secondary education in Italy lasts 8 years and is divided in 2 stages. Scuola Secondaria di Primo Grado, also broadly known as Scuola Media, which corresponds to the middle school grades, and Scuola Secondaria I Secondo Grado, also broadly known as Scuola Superiore, which corresponds to the high school level. The Scuola Secondaria di Primo Grado lasts 3 years. The Scuola Secondaria di Secondo Grado lasts 5 years. Every tier involves an exam at the end of the final year, called esame di maturita, required to gain a degree and have access to further university education. For historical reasons, there are 3 types of Scuola Secondaria I Secondo Grado, subsequently divided into further specialization. Currently all of the secondary schools in Italy have most of the structure and subjects in common, while some subjects are peculiar to a particular type of course. Licea. The education received in a licea is mostly theoretical, with a specialization in a specific field of studies. Less attention is devoted to the technical practical education. Istituto Tecnico. The education given in an Istituto Tecnico offers both a wide theoretical education and a specialization in a specific field of studies, often integrated with a 3-6 months internship in a company, association or university, during the 5th and last year of study. Istituto Professionale. This type of school offers a form of secondary education oriented towards practical subjects, and enables the students to start searching for a job as soon as they have completed their studies, sometimes sooner, as some schools offer a diploma after 3 years instead of 5. Any type of secondary school that lasts 5 years grants access to the final exam, called esame di maturita or esame di stato. This exam takes place every year between June and July and grants access to university. In 2013, the Program for International Student Assessment, coordinated by the OECD, ranks the Italian secondary education as the 21st in the world, above the United States and in the OECD average, and observes a wide gap between results in northern Italian schools, which performed significantly better than the national average, and southern Italian schools, that had much poorer results. Moreover, students in state-owned schools perform better than students in private schools. An Italian student is 19 when they enter university, while in other countries 18 is the more common age. Higher education. Italy has a large and international network of public and state-affiliated universities and schools offering degrees in higher education. State-run universities of Italy constitute the main percentage of tertiary education in Italy, and are managed under the supervision of Italian's Ministry of Education. Italian universities are among the oldest universities in the world. In particular, the University of Bologna and the University of Padua, founded in 1222, are the oldest state universities in Europe. Most universities in Italy are state-supported. There are also a number of superior graduate schools or Scuola Superiore Universitaria, offer officially recognized titles, including the Diploma di Perfezionamento equivalent to a doctorate, Dottorato di Ricerca i.e. Research Doctorate, or Doctor Philosophia i.e. PhD. Some of them also organize courses master's degree. There are 3 superior graduate schools with university status, 3 institutes with the status of doctoral colleges, which function at graduate and postgraduate level. 9 further schools are direct offshoots of the universities. The first one is the Scuola Normale Superiore di Pisa, taking the model of organization from the famous École Normale Supérieure. These institutions are commonly referred to as schools of excellence. Italy hosts a broad variety of universities, colleges and academies. Founded in 1088, the University of Bologna is likely the oldest in the world. In 2009, the University of Bologna is, according to The Times, the only Italian college in the top 200 world universities. Milan's Bocconi University has been ranked among the top 20 best business schools in the world by the Wall Street Journal International Rankings. especially thanks to its MBA program, which in 2007 placed it No. 17 in the world in terms of graduate recruitment preference by major multinational companies. Bocconi was also ranked by Forbes as the best worldwide in the specific category Value for Money. In May 2008, Bocconi overtook several traditionally top global business schools in the Financial Times Executive Education ranking, reaching No. 5 in Europe and No. 15 in the world. Other top universities and polytechnics include the Polytechnic University of Turin, the Politecnico di Milano, the University of Rome La Sapienza and the University of Milan. The university is the only Italian member of the League of European Research Universities, a prestigious group of 20 research-intensive European universities. It has also been awarded ranking positions such as first in Italy and seventh in Europe, according to National Science Indicators, a database produced by Research Services Group containing listings of output and citation statistics for more than 90 countries. Italy has an above-average output of scientific papers in space science, mathematics, computer science, neurosciences, and physics, the lowest, but still slightly above world average, output in terms of number of papers produced is recorded in the social sciences, psychology and psychiatry, and economics and business. Summary. Compulsory education is highlighted in yellow.